Greetings from Canada. Today we will discuss about the new 18-month temporary work permit program which was recently announced to support international students here in Canada. My name is Gautam Koluri and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I previously worked as the International Students Recruitment Officer here in Conestoga College and Mohawk College public institutions. I am the founder director of CIP Study Abroad, a Canadian company with office here in Toronto and global offices in India, Ukraine, and processing teams in Brazil, Philippines, and Pakistan. Welcome to my channel. Uh, as you know, COVID-19 has affected every aspect of life, and international students here in Canada have had a serious impact on the possibilities for them to study, work, and live here in Canada. So the government of Canada, recognizing that international students are important for the Canadian economy, and have committed to support the international students by starting a temporary 18-month work permit program to support international students who are here in Canada on postgraduate work permit program, and so that they could get the Canadian work experience and apply for immigration. So let's look into this new program and discuss what are the requirements and how you can apply for this program. Yeah. Okay, so this was the program which was announced on the 8th of January. The government announced a new policy, a temporary policy to help former international students to work, live, and continue contribute to the economy of Canada. So on the 8th of January, I posted a YouTube video. The government recognized that international students contribute to over 21 billion annually to the economy and support the Canadian community. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic COVID-19, international students with postgraduate work permit, they were unable to get the Canadian work experience and submit their applications for immigration because they were unable to get the work experience. So the government announced an 18-month temporary work permit extension of the postgraduate work permit or an open work permit to allow the international students to stay in Canada and continue to seek the employment and build their future here in country. So this was on the 8th of January, and we did not have detailed information as to the requirements. The only requirements which were published at the time were to apply for the open work permit, the temporary open work permit, the student should have a postgraduate work permit that should have that expired on or after January 30th, 2020, or a postgraduate work permit that expires 4 months or less from the date they apply. And the requirement was that they still be in Canada, and it was announced that the application to submit for the open work permit will start from January 27th, 2021 to July 27, 2021. So today, to the relief of many international students, the government of Canada, IRCC, published the requirements, detailed requirements. So this is the official website. I'm actually sharing this, and I'll also post it in the YouTube channel in the below. So what we can see is how to apply for a work permit under a public policy. So this is a one-time work permit extension for up to 18 months. So what are the requirements? Who can apply for this 18-month temporary work permit extension? Okay. So who can apply? To be eligible for this work permit, the students must meet the following 5 requirements. Okay. The first requirement, the post-graduation work permit should have been expired or should expire after expired after January 2020. Okay. So on or after January 30th, 2020. So students, if you had your postgraduate work permit expired on the January 29th, unfortunately you will not be eligible. So all the students who have their postgraduate work permit expired on or after January 30th will be eligible for this, to apply for the 18-month temporary program, and they should expire within 4 months from the date you apply for this open work permit. So if you are applying today, the 27th of January, your postgraduate work permit should expire within the 4 months. So this is January, so February, March, April, and May. So you have 4 months. If your postgraduate work permit is expiring within the 4 months from this day, you are eligible to apply for this. And one of the requirement is the postgraduate work permit holder has to be in Canada as of January 27, 2021, when the policy took effect, and have stayed in Canada since then. So unfortunately, if you are a student, postgraduate work permit holder uh, who left Canada and due to your expiry of the postgraduate work permit, unfortunately, you will not be able to apply for this open work permit. So only students who are in Canada as of January 27th, 21 can apply for this open work permit. And the third point out here is you have a temporary residence status. This could be having a valid postgraduate work permit, a visitor record, or any other permit that allows you to stay in Canada. So this is not just for the postgraduate work permit holders. The announcement clearly states that this program is also available for temporary residence status. This could be a postgraduate work permit holders or a visitor record or another permit. It might be spouse open work permit as well, right? So they are different. So this includes all the temporary residence status, postgraduate work permit holders, visitors here in Canada, people who are in Canada on a visitor record, and any other permit which allows them to stay here in Canada. And subclause of the third is lost your temporary residence status, but you have applied to restore it. Okay, some students, for example, if you have already lost your legal valid status here in Canada, you probably have applied for restoration. And the next subclause here is lost your temporary status, but you will be applying for restoration at the same time you're applying for the work permit. So if you are an international student or a temporary worker here in Canada and you have lost your legal status, you have an opportunity to apply for the work permit, but you will also have to apply for the restoration status. Okay, so the restoration status together with the open work permit, you will have to indicate this in your application, and you should also have a valid passport. The work permit will be issued for the 18 months from the date of the approval until your passport expires. So if your passport is less than 18 months, you will only get a shorter duration. For example, if your passport is valid for 6 months, then you will be issued an open work permit for 6 months. Okay. To maximize the duration of the open work permit, make sure that your passport is valid for at least from 18 months. So if your passport is valid for a shorter duration, you will be issued an open work permit for the duration as per the validity of your passport date. So how do you apply for this program for the open temporary work permit? So to apply for this program, it is an online, you can apply online by July 27, 2021. Okay. So you can only get this work permit once and it cannot be extended. It is a one-time extension as being announced previously. And if your passport is valid for 18 months or longer, then you will be issued for an open work permit for up to 18 months. Okay. So there are clear instructions here. How do you apply? To apply online at the standard process, if you have your MyGIC account, make sure that if you do not have, you create your MyGIC account, but most international students have access to their GIC accounts because they have previously applied for the study permit or the postgraduate work permit. And you have a valid or debit card, and also obviously a scanner or a camera to create electronic copies of your documents, and make sure that these copies are very clear and valid. Okay, so the fees for this, as I've checked in, you will probably pay about the work permit, open work permit, and restoration fees, which is about $450, I think. Okay, I will look into that and we can discuss the details. So for the work permit, if you see here, okay, so here is the guide 500. So this is the guide which you can use to apply. So here clear instructions are here how to apply for this open temporary work permit, and it also shows how you can. So this is the standard applying for a work permit inside Canada, extend change conditions, initial and open work permits online application. I will post this link to the YouTube in under the YouTube channel out there in the description. Okay, so it has clear instructions what you require, right? It requires about what are the requirements, and it has a step-by-step eligibility. So when you go through the MyGIC account, you'll have questions where you can follow and you can also answer. So they have clear instructions how to determining the eligibility, and it clearly explains you all the process. So I kindly advise all of you to read this guide before you apply this, because this has clearly all the information here, okay, as to the instructions. So when you apply for, when you read these instructions, when you go through the MyGIC, go through the questions, you will come to this part of the portal where you will actually see, let me see the list out here, application. So you will see this application, and here you will see the standard. You probably have done it for your study permit extension, or you would have probably done for your postgraduate work permit extension. So after going through the questions, you will have this application to change conditions, extend my stay, and this is the standard IMM 5710 form. And you will also see the supporting documents. So passport is required, a digital photo is required, and if you are applying through a legal representative, licensed immigration consultant, a lawyer, representative submission letter explaining the reason, and the use of the representative form IMM 5476 is required. And also there's an optional document which is IMM 5257 is required, and the client information where you can also explain your situation, what happened, how this, you know, when was your postgraduate work permit approved, and what did you have any employment, and if you were laid off, so all the details. But again, as the announcement is very clear, if you meet the requirements, you will be issued the 18-month. You'll be issued the 18-month open work permit. Okay, so I posted this information here previously as well on the 8th of January, and also in a group today I also posted the instructions to apply and also the guide here. So for all the students who are checking our Facebook group, we have one of the largest Facebook groups for study and immigration, almost about 40,000 current and prospective students in our group. Okay, so these are the instructions out here, and if you have any questions, please join our Facebook group. I will post the group link also in the video description. And let's see, let's get, okay. So I will post all the details in case you have any questions. If you have any queries, please reach out in our Facebook group, and we'll be happy to help you. Once again, thank you very much for checking this video. My name is Gautam Koluri, and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and previously worked as the International Students Recruitment Officer in Conestoga College and Mohawk College. Join our Facebook group, and if you have any queries, you can post them in our Facebook group. Thank you very much, and congratulations, and my best wishes to all the postgraduate work permit holders who have this golden opportunity to apply again for this temporary open work permit program and get an 18-month extension. Cheers, and if you like the video, subscribe and stay tuned for future updates. Thank you, and bye-bye.